Hey, Coach Carroll here. Welcome to your core training. Your core training is this series of videos entitled Common Faults in Volleys and Ground Strokes. Now, since I first started teaching tennis in 1987, I've seen thousands of matches, I've seen thousands of students, and I've seen the same consistent patterns of incorrect technique over and over and over again. And there's three basic ones in each stroke that are just really things that need to be cleaned out of your game for good. And when I say cleaned out, I'm talking about these behaviors need to be replaced. These incorrect movements you're making, these incorrect things you're doing. I made the analogy once that it's kind of like a dog. You have a dog that wants to eat off the table. Dog starts to eat off the table. You tell him no. That doesn't work. So what we do to train the dog is to replace an undesirable behavior with a desirable one. So if we have a bed that the dog lays in, we can simply replace it and train him with the command. When he's doing something we don't want him to do, we say, go lay down in your bed. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not allowed to do that. I have to go do that, so I can't do that anymore. That's what we're gonna do with your strokes. And we're gonna start with your forehand. These are common faults. This is what we see all the time, and you guys will understand what I'm talking about as we dive into this, okay? First of all, forehand. Common fault number one, the most common of all, is the wrong grip. Most of you are using a continental, which would be on bevel 1, 2, buckle my shoe. This knuckle is gonna be on, this is bevel 1, this is bevel 2. This knuckle on bevel 2 is a continental grip. That's what you're hitting your forehand with, or you're sliding it over and hitting it with a weak Eastern, or at best, an Eastern. But while an Eastern's okay, it's not the fact that you're holding the racket this way that's causing the problem. It's what you can't physically do because you're holding the racket this way that's the real problem. And this is what I mean. Common fault one, wrong grip. What does common fault one not allow you to do? The wrong grip does not allow you to do the second common fault, or to replace the second common fault with a better behavior, which is hitting out in front. Most people hit the ball here. This is called hitting late. So now we've got a continental grip, and we're hitting the ball here and not out in front of our body. Every single touring pro on the planet hits the ball out in front. Every single really good recreational player hits the ball out in front, but not with a continental grip, okay? If we try to hit the ball out in front with a continental grip, this is so weak. If you just at home, go grab your tennis racket, hold it in a continental grip, try to grip it out in front and just pull that racket. It almost hurts. It's very weak. It can't take any pressure. So what happens is we move it back here the way we think it's stronger, and we get a little wrist flip, and that's what people end up doing. They end up hitting the ball late. So continental grip is wrong, and that's what most people are using. Even the people with a weak Eastern and Eastern are still hitting the ball back here, and that's wrong. Because of the third thing we need to do, which is actually get low to hit the ball. We can't hit topspin on the ball either. So that's the third thing. So these are all connected. So now we're talking about a triple threat here. We've got a continental grip, which is weak. We're hitting it here instead of out in front, and we can't get any topspin on the ball because we're back here. And we've got this elbow bending motion that we use to try to get topspin, and people wonder why everyone's got a little band around their arm for tennis elbow. That's why, okay? You can't do it. They try to use their legs, and they spring up, and all kinds of horrible, ugly machinations that come out of people's minds to try to put topspin on a ball happen. And we're gonna replace all those behaviors right now with awesome behaviors. Three basic fundamentals of tennis that you will see over and over and over again. And as you start watching tennis matches and listening to commentators, you're gonna start going, oh, that's what they're talking about. You're gonna start having like an inside scoop as to what's going on with player strokes. And this is how we're gonna do it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna define and demonstrate a correct forehand. I'm gonna grab some balls. I'm gonna show you what the problems are with the three things we talked about. Then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna fix each one and turn it into the final product, okay? So here we go.